Hi everyone and welcome back to WARNO. Today we don't have a dev blog because the guys at Eugen are on holiday, which is fair enough. They've been putting in a lot of work since the start of the year, so they're having a long weekend. They'll be back next week continuing development. So for this week, I'm going to give you the ultimate Grudge match. It's a three-parter. There are 3 games, and it's Darrick versus Karma. Karma you will know from previous titles. Darrick, I cannot remember off the top of my head if he was big in any of the particular titles, but he has been big in WARNO so far, winning some of the tournaments, sticking very high in the rank ladder in game, and between him and Karma, they're often fighting for that #1 slot. They decided with the latest patch and the new balance to have a big 1v1 series of battles, and it's the best of 3. So today we have the first game, Saturday we'll have the second game, and Sunday we will have the third and final game. Darrick in this game playing in red on the right hand side as the 8th Infantry, and Karma on the left in blue as the 39th Infantry Division. Neither player going for a rush at the bottom here. Delta and Golf appear to be quite secure, both players sending quite a lot in the centre and to this top area where there aren't actually any points. Karma sending quite a lot up there actually, Darrick just sending a smattering of recon to be honest. Big fights in the centre, though Darrick is primarily in control of most of it. HE bomber coming in there and MiG-23 to try and kill some of these aero rifles. That's a good rush at the start with aero rifles. Obviously they've come in those Black Hawks and been dropped off right at the front. That will cause issues for Karma bringing in reinforcements down this main road here. Obviously, Karma does have units in here. He's got some Conkers. He's got the Motostrelki Metis in here. So that will be causing lots of problems for any vehicles coming in from Darrick's side. Up here, we can see that Darrick's units are dead. And obviously, all these reinforcements from Karma have paid off. Though Karma is being hit quite a lot by this Rocket Cobra. Obviously, early game choppers with rockets, very effective because at the very start of the game, you don't have any air defense at the front lines. Obviously, there is an OSA up here now, and I suspect there will be some reinforcements coming. Yeah, there's another one there. There's an SU-25 rocket attack plane at the back. Not sure if it's going to be utilized for anything at the moment. It did come in early game at the top. BTR-60 being used to good effect against the infantry in that building. Though he has also lost that vehicle. They've obviously been hit by the military police there. Was it in range? Yes, it was within range of the recoilless rifle. SU-25 rocket attack being used to kill that Cobra. Very good at taking out choppers still that. Karma pushing across the bottom here of the point. Sort of encircling Darrick. Darrick still got a firm control of the point. Command vehicle coming in for Darrick at the back there. No commands as yet for Karma. HE bomber coming in there. Attempting to hit this BMP-3. Oh, good strike. Has routed it. There's also that jet up there, but I'm not sure quite what it hit. I assume something up here. Quite a lot of infantry up here for Karma. He'll be slowly pushing these into the central point. Karma has a very good spread of units, though nothing that could truly stop all of the infantry here. Biggest threat is probably that BMP-3, but it is obviously routed and therefore badly damaged. There we go, we can have a look at it. Yes, it's just got 2 pips of health left. It would not do well against those recoilless rifles from the military police. Command vehicle sat in the center at that point. No command down here. Darrick's selling his vehicles now from that area. Cobra coming in and a Kiowa. Another chopper just sat at the back here. This one is obviously anti-air chopper. We'll need rearming at some point. HE Alpha Jet coming in again. See him going for these units here. Does Darrick know exactly where they are is the question. Very possibly, yep. Nice strike, has destroyed the building, done a lot of damage to the squad. BMP-3 has been destroyed. Good use of all of these military police. Some Grenzers coming in there. Not a lot coming in the centre for Karma at the moment. Though he is holding back the tide because Darrick isn't feeling that he can push. Squad of Conkers coming in there. SU-25 AT coming in. Down the centre now. What is it going for is the question. Oh, it's going for the M1A1 Abrams, which is out in an open field. Oh, bad placement. I think Darrick had hoped that it was invisible behind the building, but obviously it can possibly be seen by these Grenzers over here. Although I say that, I know they aren't up a hill, so there is potential that it could have seen them, because you can see its line of sight is to there. So just unfortunate positioning. Lots of reinforcements coming in at the top for Karma. Abrams taking hits from those Conkers there. Darrick has capped the bottom point as well. He is +4. Command finally coming in for Karma as well. Will not want Darrick to get too much of an advantage in those points. Now, for a little while, I would have said that realistically Darrick had a bit of an advantage in the middle because he had more infantry, and Karma was relying mostly on these Conkers. He has Igla there, Conkers there, anti-air there. I mean, he has nothing anti-ground. All of his anti-ground forces are up here. 2 Alpha Jets coming in to bomb those, in fact. Rocket attack jet did go for those, but hasn't done enough damage. SU-27S is coming in to attack them, though. Has got a shot off on that. Will it get a second one? Oh, it got out just in time. Just in time. 2 more HE Alpha Jets coming in at the bottom. I mean, the reality is right now, it's such a shame for Darrick, because if he could see what we can see, he could have pushed at this point and been in control of the entirety of Bravo. Does he need to be? Not necessarily, but it would have helped in that it would have made it harder for Karma to get a command vehicle in there. That is the beauty that we have of being able to see everything and where all the units are. Fighting Falcon coming in to take on the SU-27S there. Igla has finished off that by the looks of it, though. Karma has a reasonable amount of air defense, to be honest. I wouldn't like to be flying a jet over the back of his points. Big focus of fighting up here, and it is fascinating to me that these two very pro players are focusing on this area where there is no point. I suppose from Karma's point of view, if he can get in here, it cuts off a lot of reinforcement capability for Darrick. So equally, Darrick doesn't want him to have complete control of that area. But neither player doing any kind of push at the bottom of the map as a result. Anti-tank plane coming in again there. What is it going for this time? I'm trying to see vehicle-wise. It's going for the Chaparral. Oh, a little bit too far forward. That Chaparral could be seen in the edge of that forest by these Grenzers. Rocket attack plane being used to attack the infantry here. Didn't do a lot of damage to them, but did manage to stun one. Karma losing his forces up here. Getting pushed back by Darrick, who's making really good use of these military police. Honestly, I didn't think they were being as useful as they were in previous patches, but Darrick is doing a good job with them. Karma making good use of these rocket attack planes, not doing the most damage, though they have done a reasonable damage to those mech rifles, if that's where all that damage has come from. MiG-23 HE bomber coming in, hitting those rifles. Those mech rifles are badly damaged by it. Very nice strike. Stinger coming in now up there to provide additional air defense, cause of all this air harassment. I mean, I've got to commend Karma. He's holding back the tide with a lot of jets at the moment. That air spam is still powerful, people. Even if they have increased the price of jets. But it's equally shown by the lack of units that Karma has on the ground here. He has bringing in a second commander down here now, so they will be neutralized in terms of points for the moment until a command is brought in for the center. But it is fascinating to see how much of a difference these jets are making. Has lost that AT plane now. Darrick still pushing through here. He is coming up against Sapri though, but he kept them at range and has killed them. Karma will be pulling back from that area. Still very few ground forces for Karma. You would think that Darrick would be absolutely smashing him right now. And this is the thing about WARNO and sometimes the psychological effect of who you're playing against. Darrick is playing against Karma, and Karma is playing against Darrick, and equally they will be afraid to do an aggressive push as they fear that they're against someone who's very good and therefore will have many units ready to stop them. And I'd imagine that's what's going through Darrick's head right now. The reality is there's just not a lot there, and he could easily push through that point. Obviously, air spam notwithstanding. Command coming in now for Darrick to go towards the centre, so he will start getting points again. Some mortars coming in as well there. These Conkers doing a very good job for Karma, but just look at the amount of infantry that Darrick has on the field right now. He could push these over here with very little resistance and absolutely smash Karma, potentially even getting into Echo and killing that command. He just has the forces. But as I say, that psychological aspect of this game and who you're against, if I was playing against Darrick, Darrick would have stomped me already. He would have already charged all his forces across that central point and absolutely smashed me, because he knows I'm not that good of a player. But that slight fear holds you back. It's the same way I probably wouldn't push against Darrick, because I know he's that good. Very little change in the bottom of the map here. Golf and Delta just sitting pretty. But look at the units on the map. Look at that red blob. Oh, look at this round the back. Hadn't spotted that. Aero rifles. This is why you zoom out every so often. Aero rifles heading around the back. Where are they going? Possibly into Echo. Possibly heading to this town. They could be dropped off here to kill reinforcements that are being called in the map. Sappery Commander being called in there, I assume, will be going to the bottom of this point here. These guys could easily go to Echo and kill that command. Could also be used to kill incoming reinforcements. Darrick could play this many different ways. Oh, he's dropping them off here to stop reinforcements coming down these roads. Perhaps planning to do an assault on this bottom area soon. He is bringing in some Jaeger Aufkuhl there, and there we go, mech rifles law coming in as well. So he's perhaps going to do a push on Golf. Still loads of combat up here. Karma's still bringing in a lot of units. BMP3 obviously doing a very good job against the infantry that were here. You just cannot escape how effective that BMP3 is. That TOW 2 should be getting shots off against that, surely, but it can't see that unit. Oh. Now, do you notice that Darrick has no recon up here? He has no recon at the front, so he couldn't actually see that. Conker's there, taking random pot shots. Rocket attack plane at the back there, obviously going for choppers again. Could use some mortars just to try and suppress those units a little bit in there. But this is Karma starting to push back into this point now with a lot more units. I feel like Darrick's lost his little advantage he had in that point where Karma was concentrating on buying aircraft rather than infantry and ground units in general. Still, these bombers flying around pretty unaffected by any anti-air. There's a Stinger there, there's a Chaparral coming in, there's a Stinger back here. But honestly, Karma's had pretty much free reign for quite a while. These Blackhawks coming in here, but they will get shot up by those OSAs, which are quite nicely placed just at the back there. These arrow rifles will be an annoyance for any units coming in to reinforce this point. I'd have even suggested he maybe wanted one in each building there, so he could cover both roads, but perhaps the majority of forces may come down this road. Mech rifles being dropped off to push into this point. There isn't a lot there. He should have a reasonably easy time, though he will come up against all of these HE bombers and things coming in to cause him issues. And there we go, there is a neutralization, but Darrick is ahead by 943 points. Good effort by Darrick to get those early points, and this is a points game. Points mean prizes, points mean you win. Still, loads of units coming in up the top there for Karma. Really good job, to be fair. I mean, he's obviously been pushed back a few times, but he's now got the forces there that he seems reasonably secure. Jet being taken out there. These forces moving in will come up against these mortar strelky soon. Some Stingers coming in as well to provide air defense as best they can. Alpha Jet came in there. Did it actually get its bombs off? Yes, it did. At the back, it was going for that commander. He knew where it was. Now, Darrick's given his position away. He knows, or Karma, I will say, knows that they are there. I'm waiting for the bombers to come in for him. Bradley's coming in there. Loads more reinforcements coming in as well, including the Chaparral. Alpha Jet bombers coming in. They will probably go for these Motor Strelky to finish them. Oh, the Motor Strelky are dead. Where is he going to target them then? Difficult to say. They're still coming in for a strike. Rocket Attack Jet has been taken down. Alpha Jet coming in. I think he's still dropping on those front buildings. Giving himself a path in. There was that strike at the other side. MiG-23 has got out. 2 Su-27Ss coming in now, though. Stingers didn't get a shot off, I don't think. Sapri Commander running away. Huge amount of forces coming in now against Darrick S from Karma at the top here. This is going to be a big battle. Oh, very nice. Multiple shots coming in. Tank taking a lot of fire from various... That one's dead. That one's still taking fire. I'm surprised it's still alive. This is a proper battle. There's the smoke for the retreat. Good defense from Darrick there. Oh. Seems that these guys were doing a reasonable job. They've been hit by bombers. Flattened the buildings. They must have killed some of the reinforcements that were coming in. I can't see a lot of dead stuff on the road. There is a dead vehicle there. But good job from Darrick. He is in this point. He will hopefully kill that command. He needs to get his units out of these vehicles, though. Stingers coming around the top there to try and get shots on this chopper. Karma still pushing the top here. He is still pushing out with these Sapri. Those Sapri aren't good at range. They need to be up close and personal with those satchel charges. They're going to be getting hit with some mortars potentially as well. Not that the mortars do a huge amount, but they're certainly slowing him down. HE Alpha Jet coming in is getting attacked by multiple Su-27S. Won't actually get in to drop its bombs. It was obviously going for that command. Stingers have taken out that chopper now. Lots of reinforcements almost in. Those Sapri Commander are probably going to escape. The Bradley's even coming in to fire at it. Does mean +2 points temporarily for Darrick, but lots of reinforcements arriving will probably push Darrick out of that point. Darrick's attention obviously pushed back up here to this point. There is some reinforcements coming in, including a command. I think Darrick is hoping that he keeps a foothold in this point and perhaps caps it. Sapri getting right up close and personal will make very short work of these Stingers. Yeah. Will make very short work of these rifles. Lots of Motor Strelky coming in. BMP3s there as well. Lots of fire support. Choppers as well. Yeah, that's Darrick out of that point. If he'd perhaps brought in more reinforcements, then he might have had a chance of keeping it. But obviously he had other places to focus, namely up here. 27S is coming in to take out this Alpha Jet again. I think that must be the majority of Darrick's Alpha Jets dead now. And these two Su-27Ss just surviving the entire way. Darrick's still holding out as best he can, but he is severely outnumbered now. He is still bringing in that command. It will bump him up again a little bit in terms of points to +4, so he will get more. But Karma will not give up without a fight. Again, we're in the situation where there isn't a lot in the centre for Karma. He's got his command there, he's got Conkers, he's got 2 squads of Grenzer, and that's pretty much it. And again, you know, you've got a huge force here for Darrick, but the problem is Darrick now doesn't have as many infantry as he did, so it's harder for him to push across the centre without meeting a lot of resistance. These mech rifles coming in still, though the commander appears to be already dead, must have died in that bombing strike. Good effort on Darrick's part, but yeah, I think we can safely say that Karma has control of the air right now. That commander on its last legs. Will Karma bring in another command? No, he's bringing in Strelki, I assume to head to the centre, possibly to reinforce this point, as Darrick's obviously still putting up a bit of a fight. Bringing in some more military police there. Doing a reasonable job. These Sapri are routed, and the Sapri just aren't getting up close and personal enough. More reinforcements being called in by Karma there. Still some more reinforcements being called for Darrick down there as well, interestingly. I thought he might have given up on that fight, but I guess it is providing a suitable distraction for Karma, while Darrick remains at +2, and, you know, as we say, points mean prizes. It's all about getting to 2,000 points. Darrick putting up a mean defense at the top here. Look at all these forces he's got there now. These guys are low on missiles. He needs to resupply them. There is a resupply moving up there. Whether it's got any supply left is up for debate. Here's all those BMP-3s with Strelki coming in and attacking the mech rifles. Karma with an overwhelming force here, using all of his air power to also push Darrick out of this point. Will Darrick still push, or will he just defend this point now? Because he's moved up everything that was in this point. Really, he needs to now defend his point against a potential push from Karma. All these Strelki and BMPs now pushing up from the bottom to the centre. This will be a lot of extra firepower. Strelki and the BMP-3s, which are great at fire support, great at taking out infantry. Still probably the fastest at killing infantry squads because of their joint cannon and autocannon, I should say. Rocket attack jet just flittering around the back. Here we go, an F-16C Fighting Falcon going for that chopper now. He needs to be careful though, because I think the 27Ss are still in play. Recapping of that point for Karma. Still only a single health point, but there is a resupply coming in now to repair that. Darrick getting into a defensive position as expected. Darrick now fairly in control of this top area. You'll note Karma has stopped reinforcing and is concentrating his forces down here now. Obviously to protect his CV. HE bomber coming in there. Fighting a Falcon may or may not go for it. You would hope it would, but it's busy turning the other way at the moment. Will take some fire from a Stinger though. Karma trying to stop the forces pushing into this point. And here we go. Karma making his move. And honestly, I think Darrick will be in trouble here because Darrick doesn't have as many forces. It was a quick switch around. Karma is doing an aggressive push here. Strelki leading the charge. BMP-3s keeping fire from range. All that fire support and T-80 BVs. I would have liked to see some cluster bombers or bombers from Darrick at this point to be able to defend. But obviously he's lost all of his Alpha Jets. Whether he has anything else to bring in to help. Mortars will probably be firing on this area. These units can possibly push down, but another bomber coming in there, hitting that top, killing a lot of Darrick's units. One squad dead completely, another squad half health. Near enough. This push here from Karma, very effective, very aggressive. Credit to Karma, he's built up his forces very quickly, might I add. As there was not a lot there just a few minutes ago. Also pushing at the bottom, a good distraction against Darrick. Karma getting a foothold here. Taking a lot of fire from TOW2s, but will be putting a lot of fire down on those TOW2s with the BMP3s. M1 Abrams getting a lot of shots off, but will be taking fire from these Conkers as well. It's all to play for here. 14 minutes left on the game, and this is a hell of a fight. Karma now bringing in reinforcements at the top. He knows that a lot of these forces have been pulled down from the top. This game is all about positioning for these two. T-80's taken fire. BMP-3's almost all dead. Motostrelki still surviving. Conker's being pushed up through the smoke there. I think that smoke was actually put down by Darrick to stop those tanks and things being able to provide fire support for his units. That's a brilliant idea. Using smoke against your enemy, not a bad idea at all. Something we see a lot more in Wargame Red Dragon than we have done in WARNO so far. Kiowa being used to good effect. Raven being brought in there. Not entirely sure why. Taking a lot of fire from the Su-27Ss. Su-27Ss equally taking a lot of fire. One dead. Darrick will be pleased with that. They've been causing him a lot of issues. Karma's push stalled, but it has gained him some ground. He is now over the halfway point of the map, pretty much. And you can see that, realistically, Darrick's forces have been decimated in the centre. He is bringing in M1 Abrams, 3 M1 Abrams in total. Fighting Falcon being used as a ground attack aircraft because of its cannon there against the Motostrelki. TOW Cobra also being brought in to fire at those. Mech rifles retreating, these ones being brought up to get in the building. Another TOW Cobra coming with... Sorry, another standard Cobra with rockets, I should say. What a heck of a fight. The back and forth here is exactly what I would expect from these two. I wouldn't expect either one of them to want to give any ground. And they are really fighting for it. Osa taking out a chopper that was venturing too far in the middle there. Abrams pushing up here. Will eventually be at risk from these T-80s, but can't be seen currently. Aggressive push at the top here from Karma across the centre of the map. Darrick's command at significant risk here. He's running it back. Darrick needs to potentially push these two Abrams up towards the top to reinforce. Though he is going to be at risk from this anti-tank at the side here. That's another Conkers that can fire across the side. There it goes. It's firing. Could get a side shot here. Missed with its missile. Darrick pushing forward. Will risk taking more side shots though. Has managed to kill the squad. Good job. Raven flying over again there. Darrick having to use his tanks as fire support. Another push coming down at the bottom here. Those T-80 BVs moving up. One of them is dead. Though Darrick has also lost one of his M1 Abrams. Another one quite badly damaged. This one still alive but taking fire. Will survive and take out the other tank. More reinforcements coming in for Karma here. Karma making a strong push at the top. Darrick rapidly losing ground in the centre. Darrick bringing in more tanks. Is he... I can't believe he would be out of infantry. He has the 8th Infantry Division. But he doesn't seem to be calling any in. He is relying on tanks at the moment. But he is up against quite a lot of vehicles, so it makes sense in one way. But he is also up against a lot of infantry. These mech rifles running into those Motostrelki right now. Nothing around the back for either player at the moment. Sapri Commander pushing up there. I think Darrick's in trouble. He is well ahead in points. He needs to hold out for 9 more minutes, or 9.5 minutes to be more exact. Abrams still taking fire, but the majority of those pushing forces are dead in terms of heavy armor and BMP3s. There is one BMP3 left on 1 pip of health, but Darrick is in trouble because he has 2 Motorstrelki and a vehicle heading for his commander. He needs to do something to protect it. That M1 Abrams would provide a lot of fire support, but it's about to be +3 points to Karma, finally. He's currently up 6 points, so he's way behind. Those commands still sitting in there. M1A1 is taking shots, but those mech rifle commanders aren't going to last long. Another M1 Abrams in the center, getting hit by a lot of rockets, which is stunning it. Karma controlling most of the center now. Neither player doing any more pushes at the bottom. I think that was a good attempt by Darrick. Darrick bringing in another command because he knows that that one's dead. I guess he's just given up on it. Oh, lovely strike there by a cluster bomber. Took something out. Was it a tank? He took out possibly 1 tank there. Yeah, not much left of that tank. He is sending in his other Abrams though. BMP3 providing fire support with his 1 pip of health. Doesn't matter how much health it's at, as long as it's at range and can fire. What a game. Genuinely looked like Darrick had this completely at one point. And there are many a player who probably would have surrendered then. But Karma will not surrender. Will give no ground. He will fight on. And it has paid off. 2-pronged push, pushing at the bottom, then at the top in quick succession, meant that Darrick had to spread his forces and was pretty much pincered. Cluster bomber coming in again to try and kill that tank. And Karma keeping up the pressure. More BMP3s coming in with Motorstrelki down the center. Obviously will be devastating to these squads. They have a reasonable amount of armor, so they take a couple of hits from these guys at range. Stunned, badly damaged. Abrams pushing up now, but Abrams will be against the Conkers and will be against 2 BMP3s which also have ATGMs. HE bomber coming in as well. A full combined arms assault from Karma here. We've got vehicles, we've got infantry, we've got aircraft. He's hitting Darrick with everything. Finally, Darrick bringing in some more infantry now. He has brought in a command at the back of this point to neutralize points. 6 minutes left. If Darrick holds out in terms of points, he's got this in the bag, but I don't think he's going to hold the center. No matter how much he moves around this command. Fighting Falcon coming in there to take out the chopper. But he's going to lose that Fighting Falcon. He is so lucky. 1 pip of health. How lucky is he? I think Karma lost his... Oh, it's going to go back over and get hit at this rate, though. Yep, dead. I think Karma also lost his other 27S. Chopper taking shots from the Igla there. Push back here from Darrick. An attempt to defend and hold. 5 minutes, 25 seconds left. More tanks coming in for Karma. What a game. Look at this battle on the front line. Poor tank having to sit back here, half health. Really needs a rearm and repair. No supply. Oh, there is a supply coming in, thankfully. Grenza round the back for Karma. He sees all. What can he see? He can see that command vehicle. If the line of sight tool is correct, he can see that command vehicle, which means that a bomber could come in to kill it any minute. 4 minutes left. I think Darrick is going to win this on points, but it's going to the wire. Look at this fight down here. What a battle. What's going on over here? Aero rifle drop. And mech rifles at the front. Darrick's making a push on this point again. Can he entrap this Sapri commander? They've pushed forward. Can he hit them with the mech rifles? As the Motorstrelki are distracted by the aero rifles being dropped off at the back there. Command dead in the middle. Plus 3 points to Karma, but he's got 3 minutes to gain a lot of ground. And Darrick is going to try and kill this commander. Here's the mech rifles. Sapri are almost dead. Sapri commander is dead. It is +1 to Karma instead of +3. And surely that is game. Surely there is no way Karma can possibly make the points up. Losing that command as well. I mean, he was already only +3. It just wasn't going to happen in 3 minutes, surely. And now there's just no chance. Cluster bomber coming in from Darrick there. Feeling a bit more confident now those 27Ss are dead. One of these tanks routed. Razvedka. 2 squads of. Heading to reinforce this point, but no command coming in. Equally, is Karma going to do the same thing? Possibly. Look at this. Mi-8Ts round the back to kill those mech rifle commanders. That's a Razvedka heavy and just an Mi-8T. Mi-8T is almost dead, to be fair. Mech rifle's obviously putting down some fire on them. Obviously, Karma giving it a, if you can do that, so can I. 2 Cobras coming in to reinforce, though. Should make quick work of these Razvedka. SU-27 attack. AT plane coming in, trying to hit that Chaparral. Obviously going to be seen by that Grenza. That Grenza has been a massive nuisance for Darrick, and he doesn't realise it's there. But in the centre now, I mean, this is where Karma's points have gone. He's not got much left in the middle, I think. Darrick once again being able to push in there. But 1 minute 30 to go. Cobra's here, going to do a good job, hopefully, against these infantry. These mech rifles surviving very well. I mean, they're going to take out these choppers, or they're going to land those infantry anyway. But, yeah. Good call by Darrick bringing in those Cobras. Will make very short work of these infantry. Good reason to have these choppers in your deck. Maybe I need to rethink my 8th infantry and make sure I have more choppers. Command running away from those Razvedka. But that is game. 1 minute left to go. +1 point to Karma. I mean, there is just back to +3. He has recaptured gold. But there is still a mech rifle squad in there who will be engaging probably against those Motorstrelki. I mean, 37 seconds to go. Game to Darrick. Game number 1. Win for Darrick. Very, very hard fought by both players. What an excellent game. And can I just commend Karma for how amazingly he pushed back in the middle towards the sort of later part of that game. And equally, I have to commend Darrick for defending and getting back into the point. Either of these players would absolutely stomp me without much of an effort. Look at how close those kills and losses are in this matchup. What a game, guys. Absolutely fantastic. I cannot wait to watch the second and third games of this matchup. The standout units, Cobra's doing a really good job. TOW2 doing pretty well. Mech rifles, Abrams. You know what? There isn't like a big standout unit that killed everything other than that Cobra, I'd say. Which, you know, compared to some other games we see, you know, there's like a couple of tanks that survive the entire game and do so much damage, but these two won't allow for that. They will kill anything that poses that much of a threat. Conker's here, the big standout unit for Karma. Look at the kills it got. MiG did a good job as well. T80 getting a few kills. SU-24 cluster getting a few kills. Both of them, I should say. What a game. Well done, guys. Cannot wait for the next one. Everyone, please tune in on Saturday for the second game and Sunday for the third game. They will all be going up on the channel in order. Thanks so much for watching. Please, as always, like, share, subscribe, and tune in tomorrow for the second in this Grudge match.